15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.
NYB. Because you know math from Pyramid and all that. You Hollow, y'all get cool at Grind Time. You know, when does NYB actually gets formed, and who is the original members of NYB?
Okay, NYB gets formed the night after Hollow and Big T.
Okay, early, good. Okay.
Early. The original members of NYB, that's Math with his own peoples. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't rapping.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. Okay.
They weren't rapping. They was on some other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
On camera.
No, I did know that. You're right. I just forgot about that. Right.
And
okay.
with Doe, you know, his brother, and then Cash Kato. You know what I mean? Like, it was a couple people. So, but as far as with the music, Norbs originally, before he managed me, before he managed Math, he was managing Liaison. And Liaison brung Smack to Coney Island. So that was the first initial. Matter of fact, that's how Norbs knew Smack, through Lié. Because Lié got on the Smack DVD.
Got you.
And Norbs had that relationship. So now Norbs has Liaison. Me and Lee get mad cool because Lié's coming to all the battles now. But he's more on the artist tip. He's fucking with Math. They doing shit.
But this is
This is just casual because now there's a couple of
Math versus Rex though.
This is around the time between Math versus Rex and Math versus Verb, which is maybe like Math versus Rex is Halloween. Math and Verb, me and Hitman, is March 2010.
So he's
Halloween 2009. So let's say that's a 6-month period.
But Norbs is managing Liaison.
Actually, before that, Norbs is managing
that's what I wanted to make sure.
Already like a year and change.
Okay.
Before Math comes in the picture.
Got you. That's
but
what I wanted
Math
to make
is
sure.
building up the promo with Rex, and if you notice in the promo, he's always with Liaison and he's with D Chambers.
Didn't know that, but always with D Chambers.
Yeah.
Yes. Got
right. So, man, D Chambers from Coney Island. So him and Lee grew up together. I knew Chambers before he was D Chambers. His name used to be Exclusive from the Pyramid. We were mad cool. He got locked up and had to do a bid. I seen Chambers the day before he had to turn himself in. We were pressing up CDs on Fulton Ave, and he told me, "Yo, I'm about to do a bid, but when I come back out, blah blah blah." When he comes back out, I'm already battling Ice. And he's like, what the fuck is this? Cole's battling too? So he calls me, he gets in contact with me. I'm like, oh, you home? He's like, yeah. He's like, yo, I know you see me on World Star. I'm with Math. I'm with Lié. Yo, I'm telling niggas they need to fuck with you. I'm like, well, me and Math already building. You know what I'm saying? Math already seen my battles. So it was more of a natural thing. We keep meeting up. You know what I'm saying? And Math keeps seeing me around. So it was more like, all right, cool. The vibes was plotting, but it wasn't forced. It was just, I'm seeing Lié, I see Math, I know Chambers. You know what I mean? Like, everybody just kind of knew each other. But after Hollow, Math already had it in his head, like, yo, I'm about to build a team. You know what I'm saying? And Math was thinking way ahead of the game by doing that. You know what I mean? And dudes already knew Hollow, how crazy Hollow was, my buzz, you know. And then Lié had a buzz off the streets, and then Math had his own buzz. So that was the original me, Hollow, Math, Chambers, Lié. That was the original 5. But the first time, the first event with when I battled X Factor and Math battled Rex, remember they had ciphers that day.
Yes.
Hands was in the cipher with, I think, Mook and Solomon. And Chambers had brung Hands, and Hands bodied that whole shit. Everyone was like, who the fuck is Hands? So Hands was around too, and he grew up in Coney Island with Chambers and Lié. So we all just be chilling, and we was all on time in Brooklyn niggas, right? So Mav already started, I know what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's one thing. Math is always meticulous.
It's always mathing.
Yeah. So
got the right name.
So after
always adding shit
exactly. So after the battle,
shout out to Math.
After the Hollow battle, it was like, oh nah, we gotta like this is like we could, you know what I mean?
But Hollow's from Queens.
Yeah, but Hollow was my man. Like at that time, Hollow's my man now.
Okay.
And I'm like, I told y'all. I ain't even telling Smack. I told you what my boy was gonna do. Smack was like, yo, remember Hollow and Big T? That was a big battle.
Facts.
And the way Hollow performed in that battle, that's rare to dawn. You know what I mean? So it would just make sense. And we had that blog where we're kicking the trash and we talking about the Midwest, and we just was like, we're bullies. And Math was like, we New York bullies. And I'm like, and then of course he already knew what it meant, New York bullies.
Right.
But it just came across that way, and I was like, yo, that's fire. So then when he did the diss on Rex, the Turok, the song, you see we all in the video.
Yeah.
And it just made sense from there. It was like, oh yeah, this is lit. You know?
Has there been anybody else other than you, Liaison, D Chambers, Hollow, and Math?
Like added to the team?
Yeah.
Bless was added after Bless. Shout out to my guy Bless. He was fired with music. He actually like right now he's like a part of Fabio Foreign's team, like handling management and stuff like that.
But no other battle rappers were added other than you, Hollow, and Math?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Just curious. Yeah, sometimes these groups get formed and all of a sudden and it's like...
No, you know, like people would try to associate like DNA with it or whatever, but nah, you know what I mean? Like, it was just all like people trying to like, I guess attach certain things, but nah.
They always do though, so in battle rap.
I think the closest person would be only Misfit because of her association with me.
But she was never
and then she was on
actually
Mav's
NYB.
show and stuff. Yeah, but nah. You know.
Now here's the thing, you know, NYB, Hollow and Mav fall out. I don't think you've ever really spoke on that. Can you speak on how you felt being paused in the middle of, you know, because y'all still NYB when this happened.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like group, y'all broke up and everybody went their separate ways and then this happened, right? So this happens while y'all all still part of the group. And you're kind of, are you in the middle or?
Pause.
I said pause.
I was involved in the disagreements between them. I did a blog and I spoke on it at the time. And I feel like both counterparts did some wrongdoing, but at the time I was more upset with Hollow than Math. You know, I never really liked the LOM clothing thing that Math did, you know what I mean? But I really didn't understand why Hollow did that with Disaster in Boston. Only because
so the biggest thing was him.
That's what really.
What did he do? Took a picture with?
No, they battled.
They did.
It was a secret battle in Boston.
But I thought they was beefing before. I was there for that too. Actually, as a matter of fact, at Massacre.
Who was beefing?
They weren't. Math and Hollow didn't have issues
They didn't
before
have
the
beef.
match.
They didn't have a beef. I won't say that they
Disaster shit?
I won't say they was talking every day, you know. But
the issue didn't happen until they battled.
Oh no, that was what really like that was the straw that broke the camel's
Without
back.
that battle,
there was a lot that happened that day specifically. That's why. And Math was with me.
Okay.
So Math was at my crib. We were gonna go out there, right? So I posted on my stories, "Oh, we about to head out to Massachusetts," right? And I get a DM. I don't know if it's organic or gully. Somebody, hey, you're coming out to Mass? And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to pull up. You know what I mean? Me and Math, we about to go out there. Da, da, da. And they're like, yeah, about that. And I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, Math owes a deposit, and he didn't do good business with us, and like we're not welcoming, like for him to enter because he's done bad business, and we have to sort out things. Now this is after the fight. I'm assuming, right? Yeah, timeline. Yeah, this is after the fight with Math and Diz, right? So I'm like, Math is with me though. I'm like, yo, Math, bro, you owe these niggas money? Math is like, no. I'm like, yo, bro, they just sent me a DM saying blah, blah, blah. So Math is like, the fuck is they talking about? I'm like, I don't know, bro, but they saying like, you no good. And he's like, what? So it was just confusing. Like, we was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Right? Math is like, yo, yeah, there was a battle that I had. I forget what battle he had, but he was like, they promoted me till the day of, and I told them that I wasn't gonna battle a week or two prior. But they still used him for the promo. So since they used Math as the promo till the day of, Math was like, I ain't paying y'all back the deposit. Y'all sold tickets with my name. You know what I'm saying? So they had a disagreement, but Math was like, I do not owe them, and they ain't been asking me for that money. Math is like, no, they promoted me till the day of and then said I couldn't make it. So that deposit is mine. You know what I mean? Which, in fairness, that's right. They never announced that Math wasn't going to be there, so they can't say that they sold tickets without the premise of Math being there.
That wasn't the reason.
You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the reason. They just used it as the
and
reason.
y'all had no clue.
Mind you, Hollow called me the day before. Math is at my crib, and Hollow called me. I don't know why. Me and Math were working on something, maybe a 2-on-2, or we was working on the studio. We was doing something because Math actually stayed in my crib for like the weekend. Like, we was working on music, all types of shit. So Hollow called me the day before because his sister lived in my hood. I think he was looking for some bud, something. But he didn't really tell me like why he was in New York either. So you just spoke to me. Usually you would call me and run your rounds by me and do all that. So Hollow did not mention anything to me about this disaster shit. Right? So even if you didn't talk with Math, you didn't even mention it to me. Right? So, alright, whatever, cool. We say fuck it, man, we ain't going. And if it's that energy, bro, I'm not going. I'm not, you know what I mean? If you ain't gonna go, I ain't gonna go. So we chilled in the crib, we smoking, fuck it. Watching the battles. We watching the pay-per-view. And while watching the pay-per-view, we see this. And we just look at each other like, wow, nah, are you serious right now, bro? And Math is like, you see the bullshit? You see the bullshit, bro? You see the bull, Math? Your steam is coming out. That's some fucking bullshit. And I'm like, nah, that's crazy. Because I just spoke to you, Hollow. You know what I'm saying? And then we knew what it really was, you know? And honestly, like, me posting on my stories on Instagram, like, King of the Dot was never watching my stories like that, like to respond to something like that. So I feel like they was already on alert, like, hey, check Cortez's Instagram, check Mav's Instagram. Let's try to make sure that they don't show up, you know, like check, see if they're on their way so we can deter them if anything. You know what I mean? So they never told me I couldn't go.
Right.
But they knew I was with Math. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, so I felt like they had somebody on the page like, yo, bro, I think they're going to pull up. What? Oh, no, we have to stop it. DM them. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I felt that was just like a bamboozle. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, when I went and I battled on King of the Dot after the disaster issues, I spoke with Math about, hey, do you want me to battle on that league or not? You know what I'm saying? At the time, King of the Dot was paying very nicely. And I wasn't always on the URL stages. You know what I'm saying? So Math was like, you got a mouth to feed. Get your money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I verbally communicated that with Math. Like, yo, bro, you know, we out here trying to get money. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I have no problem. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? Be careful, because he really didn't trust him. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, you go out to Cali, you go out to, you know, you at your own risk, but, you know, go get your bag. You know, cool, you know. And me and Disaster was in the middle of beefing, but at the same time, we would communicate sometimes, and I would try to, like, mend it a little bit, but Disaster always go off on a tyrant. You know what I mean? A tirade at times. So, whatever. But I always communicated with Math, business-wise. He would never like just find out that I'm there. You know what I'm saying? It was different with how
I got you. Yes. And you wind up. Did you talk to Organic about like, or whoever you talked to about the whole situation? I
don't think I remember. I don't think I did, because at the end of the day, that's still Mav's issue. And
got you.
I spoke with Hollow.
Right.
And Hollow was like, cool. I ain't talked to Mav in months. Like, I gotta feed my kids too. I gotta feed my family too. I said that's not the point though. I said the point is like why you colluded, like, you know what I mean, like that shows chinks in the armor, you know what I'm saying. Later on, I think Hollow admitted, yo, I moved wrong, you know what I'm saying. But at the time, you know, dudes, you know, we all standing on business, we all trying to defend ourselves, like, nah, that ain't the reason, yo, I gotta do. You was wrong, bro.
But I'm not defending Hollow, just my own thinking here is like maybe Hollow's like, yo, if I tell these guys that I'm battling disaster, now it's just like they're gonna pull up on them. Now the battle's not
definitely that was gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
definitely that was going to happen.
How's he gonna get his bag if that happens?
Because the thing about it was, you could have did it on an LA card or something. Like you really bringing dude to the East Coast on the low when you know Math can't go to Cali. Math wasn't gonna go to Oakland, right? All right, so you got LA battles and then you got the Oakland battles, right?
Right.
Those are hours apart, even though they both in Cali, right?
Right.
So even though Math had beef in LA, Math couldn't go to Oakland.
Right.
Because they might pull up.
Definitely. Yeah.
Right? All right. Boston is like the same distance.
It's New York.
Yo, you really gonna have Disaster come to Boston? Talking crazy the way he was talking crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, get your bag, but come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild.
I got you.
You know, that's wild. So that was where the riff was more like, yo, bro, you just made this dude make us look crazy because make Math look crazy because he came to the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? And nobody put him on. So it's like y'all don't really fuck with him like that. You know what I mean? Hollow's thing was, yo, bro, that bag. I'm not debating your bag, bro. Whatever your bag was is your bag, you know. But it could have been done in a better way.
Have you talked? What is your relationship with Hollow like now?
No, we good. We good.
Okay.
Yeah, like that didn't like deter anything from me and Hollow. We spoke recently. I think he's actually coming out here this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna see him in a little bit.
Yeah,
of course, I'm gonna ask him too, and you know
what I mean. But that's my guy. Like, you know what I mean. Me and Hollow have a lot of history together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know his child. He knows my son. So it's different. You know what I'm saying? But you know, those are bumps in the road. You grow, you mature. You know, we're older now. I'm not holding no grudges with Hollow the Dawn over that. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
So is NYB, like, is it just you, Matt Chambers, and what's his name,
Liaison? I think Liaison, he fell back from music all the way after a while. You know what I'm saying? Chambers still does his thing. I don't really necessarily consider it all NYB. I just consider all of us like different brands.
Okay.
You know, when people ask me about Math Hoffa, I say that's my brother. That's it.
Right.
I don't care if Math is rapping, if Math is doing a podcast, if Math goes off and fucking gets married and never raps again. I'll be at the wedding. You know what I'm saying? His sons get married or something like that, and I get the invite. I'll be there with a tux. You know what I'm saying? Like it's beyond rap at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for his success. I'm happy for everything that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? That keeps me motivated to keep doing extra things beyond battle rap.
Right.
You know, so you know the examples in the game that he's taught me is endless. You know what I mean? So some people be afraid to give dudes flowers and shit like that. I'm not afraid to give Math his flowers. I'm not afraid to give Hollow his flowers for the shit that they taught me. You know, those two guys were bigger names than me in the culture. And I learned a lot from them, and they didn't have to share their platforms with me.
Facts.
So, you know, I you know what I mean, those dudes are solidified with me forever beyond music. Whether I talk to them now or talk to them 5 years from now, like, that's not gonna change.
Same here. They solidified me beyond battle rap. Those are my guys.
Yeah.
So it's always crazy when I know two people that got issues with each other in this shit, man.
I don't know, dude. I don't even know if they still have issues.
I just
think they live two different lives.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Hollow when I see him, man, because I'm curious. You know what I mean? Like I say, I don't know. You know, when they say, well, nobody died and nobody got hurt, so it's like you can get past that. That's how
they had a battle. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame. Radio.
Let's go!